Hi kids, and welcome back to your online video lesson with me, Teacher Riyash. Now grade 6s, I hope you guys are studying hard. I hope you guys are learning as you're going along and of course doing your own research as well. In the last video number 5, we talked about the meaning of the vocabulary for Unit 1, and I hope that some of you did go through to your dictionaries and Google online to check up some of the meanings and perhaps to learn these words a bit more and to understand them. It'll make your life that much easier. I promise you, the bigger amounts of vocabulary you have and you learn, the better it is for you. Now, in today's lesson, we're going to go to your textbooks. This is your student book. There we go. You know this guy? Student book, right? And we're going to turn to page 6. Page 6 in your student books. So grab your student books, make sure that you settle down, have something to drink, relax, have something to snack on, and we're going to go through the first lesson in Unit 1. But coming back to the theme, going shopping. Earlier in the other videos we discussed about going shopping. Going shopping is something we all enjoy. We go shopping for various reasons, okay? And some of those reasons are, number one, most importantly for food, right? We go shopping for food. And where do we usually go shopping for food? Well, we go to the supermarkets for food. Places like Big C, Tesco Lotus, Villa Market, Tops. These are all supermarkets that are there and available for us to purchase stuff to eat and to cook. Okay, so groceries, sweets, anything that we need to sustain to be able to eat, we can find in the supermarkets. Okay, the second reason that we would go shopping is for our own needs, and generally these would be for clothes, for toys, for stationery, for any item that we would want, a luxury generally, or a need and a want. We would go to the malls, we would go to the markets, we would go to any place of interest, any place that sells items that we would want to go and buy it from. Okay, so generally we go shopping for our needs, which is or wants, sorry, not our needs. Our needs are food. Our needs, which would be for groceries and for shopping, stuff to cook in the kitchen or stuff to buy to eat. And our wants, which are things that we want, like new cell phones or new toys or new clothes. We'll go to the shopping malls to enjoy that. So going shopping is a very big decision sometimes, and it's something that we all particularly enjoy. So, which is your favorite place to go shopping? Do you have a favorite place to go shopping for your food? And if you want something, where do you like to go shopping? Like a favorite toy or clothes, where would you like to go shopping? Maybe you can tell me all about that. Now, going shopping, okay? So that's the main theme for the entire Unit 1. And everything else will be sub-theme, okay? Something else that will deal with going shopping. So in lesson 1, that's page 6 in your student books. Lesson 1, we are dealing with clothes. Okay, these are wants. Okay, they're also necessities. We need clothes. So let's look at the word clothes. What are clothes? Clothes are something that we need. Why? Well, first of all, to keep our bodies protected. Right? Most importantly, to keep our bodies protected and to make sure that we are not walking around naked, which is really not very good and not legal as well. So lesson 1 is about clothes. So clothes are there to keep us warm. Clothes are there to keep us cool. Clothes are there to keep us protected, okay, against all the elements. And also, clothes are there to make us look good and fashionable and neat and tidy and professional at times, okay? Like at school, we wear uniforms to make sure that we look professional, students and teachers, okay? So there has to be a clothing code that we need to comply with, okay? So clothes. Now, if you look on page 6, let's go through each of those items and words. Okay, so on page 6 we have once again vocabulary, and these are important especially when it comes to clothes. Right, number 1, colorful. We discussed what colorful is, and if you look at the picture right there, colorful. See that girl? She's carrying up a very colorful item which has many colors on it. Okay, it has yellow, orange, purple, blue, an array of colors. Looks like a very colorful outfit. Okay, so that is colorful. What is she holding up actually? What is that? Okay, so that's one item of clothing right there. It's called a blouse. As you can see in the picture, she is holding up a blouse in her right hand. The colorful blouse. What is a blouse? Well, a blouse is something that generally girls or women would wear. A blouse basically is, we would call it a shirt, or yes, a shirt that women would wear. It's a shirt, okay, but it's just called a blouse when a woman wears it, and generally they are worn with a skirt. Okay, a skirt is the bottom part and the blouse is the top part of the outfit. On the left hand, word number 2, comfortable. Comfortable. What is she wearing? What is she holding in her left hand? Okay, what is she holding in her left hand? Her left hand, she is holding a t-shirt. Okay, a t-shirt, a comfortable t-shirt. Look at that. So the t-shirt is blue and she's showing the guy a t-shirt. Okay, so in her right hand she's holding a blouse which is colorful, and in her left hand she's holding a t-shirt which is comfortable. Okay, a colorful blouse, a comfortable t-shirt. Okay, so moving on to word number 3. As you can see, the young man there is holding up 2 items. On his right hand he has thick. What is that? Can you see the word? What item of clothing is that? You would see it right above there, a thick sweater. That's right, sweater. So what is a sweater, boys and girls? What is a sweater? Well, a sweater is a thick piece of clothing that's there to keep you warm during winter or cold season. Okay, so that's thick. That is a sweater. So a sweater is basically there to keep you warm. Just coming back to number 2, comfortable. We said that item is a t-shirt. A t-shirt is something that's worn, that's comfortable, yes, but a t-shirt is an item that does not have buttons and no collar. See, this is a collar. Okay, so a t-shirt would usually have just a neck part and no sleeves. T-shirt, no buttons as well. Okay, that is a t-shirt and not a shirt. A shirt would have buttons. And coming back to word number 4, thin. Thin. Okay, so what's thin? What item is thin? Well, it looks like it's a jacket. So the young man is carrying a jacket in his left hand. Okay, I hope you're following in your books. So word number 4 is thin, and the item, clothing item, is a thin jacket. Okay, what is a jacket? Well, a jacket is very similar to a coat. Okay, a jacket would be similar to a coat. And you can also say it's similar to a sweater, except the difference is a jacket would have buttons or a zipper. Okay, buttons or a zipper. The purpose of a jacket is also there to make sure that you are warm. Okay, but in this case it's a thin jacket, so I think this is just for fashion. Okay, right, moving on to word number 5 on page number 6, expensive. Now this young lady is looking at something there. What item of clothing is that? Can you look at it? It's right there for you to see. Yes, it's dresses. So she's looking at purchasing or buying some dresses, and as she's looking through the prices, she realizes it's too expensive. Look at the price right there. How much is that dress that she's looking at? $200. Not even baht. $200. That would be what? 100, 200, 6,000 baht. 6,000 baht for one dress. That is really expensive. Okay, so those are dresses. So what are dresses, boys and girls? Earlier we said a blouse is the top part that a lady wears, and a skirt will be the bottom part. But a dress is one full piece. Okay, it's one item. A dress has a bottom and the top attached to it. It's one full item of clothing. So that is a dress. All right, moving on to word number 6, cheap. Wow, cheap. And what item of clothing is cheap? What item of clothing is cheap? Well, as you can see, the cheap item of clothing is a skirt. That's right, a skirt. As you can see, it's cheap, meaning it doesn't cost a lot of money compared to the dress, which is $200. The skirt is just $4. $4, which will be about 120 baht, 120 baht. So that's way cheaper than the dress, which is 6,000 baht. So $4, a skirt. What is a skirt? So a skirt is the bottom part of an item of clothing that a woman would wear. So a skirt is just a piece of material that would cover the bottom half for the ladies. Okay, and if they're wearing the top of that, it'll be called a blouse. So that is the 6 words that you need to know for lesson 1, and the 6 words that will be part of your sentence formation, your grammar, and your tense as well. Okay, so these are the items of clothing that we generally shop for. What other items of clothing can you think about? I could think about what else? Jeans. Yes, a lot of us wear jeans. Shorts. Yes, short pants. Long sleeve shirts. Yes. Suits as well. Suits. Okay, especially if you've got an important occasion like a wedding to attend or a party, a suit. Yeah, so these are all part of our clothes that we would wear every other day. Now, moving on with regards to lesson 1, we're going to go on to the next part. Okay, now earlier we did say that it is very important for us to understand what form of grammar that we are dealing with. Okay, what form of grammar that we need to understand for lesson 1. Now remember, the book is broken up into lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5. Generally, lesson 1 will have its own form of grammar, lesson 2 will concentrate on another form of grammar, and lesson 3, 4, and 5 are basically just a revision of lesson 1 and 2. So lesson 1 and 2 are very important, especially when it comes to your vocabulary and your grammar and your sentence structures as well. Now, coming back to exactly what we are going shopping for. So we mentioned all the items of clothing and of course what each item of clothing is described as. Now if we move on to page number 7. Page number 7. What do we have there? So we have exercise C, ask and answer, exercise D, ask and answer, and exercise E, choose 2 items, then ask and answer. Okay? Before we ask and answer, we've got to understand what lesson 1 is all about. So the objective of this lesson is to understand and produce the key vocabulary. Understand? So you need to understand vocabulary. Also, you need to ask and answer questions regarding comparative adjectives. Okay? That is what lesson 1 is about. Comparative adjectives. Do you know what comparative adjectives are? Anyone knows? Well, comparative adjective describes one item against another. One item against another. So that means they're generally just 2 items. One item against the other. Comparative adjective. Okay? So an adjective is the item, and to compare it would usually be the price, okay, or the size, or the thickness or the thinness or how comfortable it is. Okay, so the adjective, comparative adjective, is describing two items. Okay, so how do we go about writing comparative adjectives? What are the rules? How is it so important, and what do we do? Well, first of all, your keywords once again are colorful, comfortable, thick, thin, expensive, and cheap. Remember these words because they are important when you are doing your comparatives. Okay, so let's look at page number 7. The question is, which one is thicker? Which one is thicker? Right, if you're looking at that sentence right now, I hope you're all on page number 7. Which one is thicker? If you look at the pictures right there, number 1, it gives you the answer. The sweater is thicker than the blouse. So there are two items right there, right? There's a sweater and there's a blouse. But they want you to compare both of them. And the comparative is thick, the word thick. But the comparative is which one is thicker. Is it the blouse or is it the sweater? Looking at the picture, it's very simple to say that, of course, the sweater is thicker. So the sweater is thicker than the blouse. So let's go back to the question. Which one is? Very important. You need to take your adjective and add ER, thicker, because it is two items, okay? Just two items. The sweater is thicker than the blouse. Understand? So why do we add ER at the end of a sentence? Why do we add ER at the end of this adjective? Because it's only one syllable word. Look at the word thick. Thick. It only has one sound, thick. Okay? But if you add ER, it becomes two syllables, thick-er, thick-er. So the original adjective is thick, okay? Because it's describing the noun, which is the sweater or the blouse. Thick is one syllable words. So the rule is, if it's a one syllable word and it's a comparative adjective, one syllable adjective will become plus ER. Which one is thicker? So on page 7, right up in exercise C, you would see all your adjectives: thick, cheap, thin, thicker, cheaper, thinner. Okay? So one syllable adjective equals plus ER. Which one is thicker? The sweater is thicker than the blouse. Number 2, which one is cheaper? Correct. Which one is cheaper? Because cheap is a one syllable word as well. Which one is cheaper? So we have two items of clothing. We have a dress and we have a skirt. We have a dress and we have a skirt. How much is the dress? It's $8. How much is the skirt? $11. So the question is, which one is cheaper? And the answer is, the dress is cheaper than the skirt. Cheap, one syllable adjective, plus ER. Cheaper than the skirt. The dress is cheaper than the skirt. Moving on to number 3, we have two items of clothing. We have a jacket and we have a skirt. And the adjective is thin. Thin. Once again, it is a one syllable word. Okay? One sound. Thin. So that means automatically, you know the rule right now, plus ER. So we go with the question. Remember, you got to know how to write questions, you got to know how to say the question, and you got to know how to write the answer, and you got to know how to say the answer. So what would the question be? The question would be, which one is thinner? Thinner. In thin, we add an extra N, okay? Thinner. So T-H-I-N-N-E-R. Thinner. Okay, once again, one syllable word, thin. So which one is thinner? And the answer would be the skirt is thinner than the jacket. Correct. The skirt is thinner than the jacket. Okay, so remember the rule is if it's a one syllable adjective plus er, and the word thin is just adding an extra N-E-R. Understand? Okay, so that's comparing two items. Now we're moving on to exercise D. Ask and answer again. Now here you have the same concept, but the rule has changed just a bit. Now, once again, we are comparing two items. Compare two items, okay? Comparative. It's still a comparative, but here the adjective has changed. Let's look at the adjectives. On exercise D, you would see expensive, colorful, comfortable. Expensive, colorful, comfortable. What's the difference between these adjectives and the ones in exercise C? Yes, exercise C has only one syllable words and exercise D has more than one, okay? So it has two or more syllables, two or more syllables, more than one, okay? So let's look at the first adjective, expensive, 3 syllables, expensive. The next one is colorful, colorful, 3, once again, 3 syllables, colorful. And the last one is comfortable or comfortable. Those are 4 syllables in a word. Comfortable, comfortable, 4 syllables, okay? Now the rules have changed just a bit. Once again, it is still a comparative, but the only rule is if it has 2 or more syllables in that adjective, then all you got to do is put more before the adjective. Add more, M-O-R-E. So let's go to exercise D, and you'd see the first question right there for the first example. Which one is more expensive? Question mark. Remember, your question marks and full stops are very, very important, okay? Your punctuations are very important. Don't forget that. Which one is more expensive? Question mark. Okay, so that's for number 1. So we have a t-shirt and we have a blouse. The t-shirt is $16, very expensive, and the blouse is $24. Whoa, that's a lot of money for a blouse. So which one is more expensive? And we add more before the word expensive because expensive is a adjective that has 2 or more syllables in it, okay? And the answer is the blouse is more expensive than the t-shirt. The blouse is more expensive than the t-shirt, okay? So let's go with the next one, number 2, and the adjective is colorful. Colorful, 3 syllables in that adjective. So what items of clothing we have there? We have a dress and we have a t-shirt. So if you look at the items, the dress and the t-shirt, you can obviously see the dress is way more colorful than the t-shirt. T-shirt looks a bit gray and drab. So the question would be, which one is more colorful? Question mark. Which one is more colorful? Question mark. And the answer would be the dress is more colorful than the t-shirt. Full stop. The dress is more colorful than the t-shirt. Full stop. Get it? Very easy, okay? Remember, if it has 2 or more syllables as in the adjective, then you put more before the adjective, the word more. And finally, number 3, the adjective is comfortable, comfortable, 4 syllables over there. Then we have the question that we need to ask. Which one, what items, wait, before we do that, what items do we have there? It looks like we have a jacket, okay, a suit jacket, and a t-shirt. Remember, a t-shirt doesn't have any collars, and it has short sleeves, no collars, just a round neck or a v-neck. So we have a t-shirt, and we have a jacket, and the word is comfortable. So from the two, which one is comfortable? So the question is, which one is more comfortable, question mark? Which one is more comfortable, question mark? And the answer would be the t-shirt is more comfortable than the jacket. Of course, the t-shirt will be more comfortable because it'll be cooler and lighter. The t-shirt is more comfortable than the jacket, full stop. Okay, it's as easy as that, boys and girls. Remember, in comparative adjectives, the rule is if it's one syllable meaning just one sound, one word, one syllable, then plus er. If it's more than one syllable, 2 or more, then it's more before the adjective, the word more. Understand? And your questions and answers will follow similarly. The rules are still the same, similar with regards to you are in a comparative, you have 2 items only 2 items. Remember that. Comparative is just comparing 2 items. Well, with exercise E, I would like you to do that on your own. You can choose any 2 items and use the adjectives and write down your questions and your answers. You don't have to send it to me, but you can do it as practice for yourself. Well, that brings us to the end of lesson 1. That's comparative adjectives. I hope you enjoyed that and I hope you understood. If you are having a bit of a problem, please go back through to the video, repeat, listen, and observe. And make sure that you have your student book in front of you. It'll make life that much easier. That is Unit 1, Going Shopping, Lesson 1, Clothes, page 6 and 7 in your student book. Well, that brings the end of video 6. Catch me in the next video, video number 7. In the meantime, make sure that you are masked, sanitized, washed, and keeping safe and healthy. From me, Teacher Riyash, be safe, be good.